There are some new concerns about safety and stability of cities not far from the Ukrainian nuclear plant after missiles and artillery shells hit within just a few miles of that plant, raising fears that the fighting between Russia and Ukraine could trigger a catastrophe. This is just the latest in a crisis for people living in a war-torn nation.
UNICEF Representative James Elder is joining us live from Kyiv this morning amid the ongoing humanitarian crisis that has now lasted more than 6 months. James, thank you so much for joining us. First, we want to ask you, how is this latest development being received in Ukraine?
Hi there. Yeah, good morning. Look, I think it's just yet another stress for Ukrainian people. I mean, there are millions of people who live around that power plant, and that, of course, is not far from the ever-changing conflict line. So the level of stress from people based on whether it's that power plant, based on the source of power they so desperately need, or based on, just on the consistency of attacks. Yesterday again, a little boy, a little girl, 2 children in their home, again killed. Sort of every day, Ukrainians do wake to some form of horror, usually, quite frequently at least, the death of a child. So all these things after 6 months have a cumulative effect, a stress, a trauma, and a very real physical impact. Of course, where I am here in Kiev, we're not far from places like Irpin and Bucha that were under some of the most severe attacks. So you don't have to go far to meet families who will show you photos of their homes, missiles through them, mortars through them. They're trying to rebuild, but that's a fiscal and that's a psychological hurdle they have to make.
Traumatic, just reaching the 6 months of all this. You recently tweeted out a photo of a tank and you wrote on it, 6 months of this, make it stop. Can you say, is there a feeling that there is an end in sight?
It's so difficult to crystal ball this. I talk to experts all the time, and the best brains do seem to get it wrong one day and right the next. It's changing so quickly. I don't think anyone knows that image myself, to be honest, was just my own exasperation, probably on the back of being in a hospital where I was with a little boy who'd been hit by a cluster bomb. The best I can do is constantly speak to Ukrainians and get a sense from them. And I don't think there is an optimism. They don't feel any great reason to be optimistic because, again, they see news like you just showed there, or they see consistent attacks. I spent quite a bit of time yesterday with fathers. I just thought it was a different approach. It was a whole heap of really inspiring dads, a counselor, a yoga teacher, a mechanic, all very Ukrainian in their kind of, manliness, blokiness, as we'd say in Australia. But the place was full of tears. They haven't seen their kids for 6 months. Some of them even felt like, even though they only stayed for a week here in February, March, they left too late because their children saw too much. They WhatsApp them every day, but like any dad will tell you when he's away from his children, WhatsApp is great. It's not the same as a hug. So the level of stress and trauma on mums and children here displaced, those who are refugees, or even on dads who are just so desperate to see their children, those people are constantly looking for a glass half full. But I sense with them a perseverance, but not an optimism.
I can't imagine the level of stress. Well, UNICEF has been actively involved in helping people whose lives have been torn apart by all of this. Can you tell us what ways you're still helping people right now?
Yeah, I must say, after 6 months, it's a Herculean effort, and it is what's required. And I will always say it's on the back of some incredible Ukrainian support, Ukrainian systems. But from the earliest days, we've now reached, I think, 4 million people with medical supplies, millions more with water, 500,000 with cash. I mean, this is critical because families, businesses have been blown up, literally, figuratively. Cash is such a force for people to reduce a bit of that stress. And then next week, we hope to get kids back into school or at least online. So it's a huge amount of support. It's heartening to see. To be honest, it's on the back of, viewers like that are tuning into your show right now. There's no magic money, so I'm really glad to see that level of support. We need ceasefires, we need more access, but we're humanitarian. Whilst adults keep making reckless, vicious decisions, we will keep trying to reach those children in need.
Okay, and it's been very helpful to have your insights from Kyiv this morning. James Elder of UNICEF, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and stay safe.
Thank you.
If you would like to donate to UNICEF's efforts in Ukraine, we have a link right now in the WCVB app.